Welcome back to another episode of I Never Liked You with Matteo Lane and Nick Smith. And today we're talking about Lizzo. Nick, why don't you tell us maybe why we're talking about Lizzo today?
Well, I've had my first celebrity feud, so I...
Oh, 15 minutes, Nick. Okay, is it...
Well, I've had my first celebrity feud.
Is it an actual celebrity feud, or did Lizzo just call you an idiot and everyone sort of
She
moved
called
on?
me an uneducated idiot, and she's not wrong.
We should start with the story. So first, we did an episode. I don't even know what the episode was about. Maybe gay icons. Yeah, it was. And we moved into Judy Garland. Obviously, we got to the Wizard of Oz, and then we realized you didn't know when the Wizard of Oz was made.
I'm not good with dates, period.
Evidently, and the internet let us know. Evidently. It's Liza Minnelli. She was smoking a cigarette, and she said, "Evidently." I mean, it's funny. So then I questioned you on historical facts because I've known Nick for a long time now, and Nick just doesn't understand historical facts. And
It's not that I didn't know World War II happened or existed. I just didn't know when.
But you did think it was in the 1800s.
Correct. I acknowledge that.
Which the 1800s.
But the part of the joke was
even airplanes
that...
yet.
Okay, well...
It was like 1905.
When was Amelia Earhart, though?
After 1905, that's when the Wright brothers made the plane. So when was Amelia Earhart? Was she like
1910?
Well, if World War I was 1914, so we already had planes by then. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it out there.
1920. Okay. Oh, so did I say 1920? You said 10. Oh, I'm wrong.
Prohibition. No wonder she
Lizzo,
killed herself.
come get me. But the thing is, so we were talking about. You didn't know. Do you know when the Prohibition was?
The 20s, which I want to point out to everyone calling me an uneducated idiot. You're allowed to call me whatever you want.
They call you autistic.
But
a lot.
if I...
Most of the comments keep calling Nick autistic. And I'm
not
like,
asking, just telling me
that's
that
right.
I am. Which I've been tested, and I'm not. BuzzFeed
Who
thinks I
tested
might
you?
be.
You took a BuzzFeed test? It was like, you're Dory from Finding Nemo. You're like, I knew it.
Anyways, if I stopped any of you randomly on the street...
They
was
would
like,
know when World War II was.
When was World War I? Most of you would not know.
They would know.
So anyways... The clip that we clipped from it was me saying I thought World War II was in the 1800s. Now, Matteo called me early in the morning the next day because his comment section on TikTok and Instagram started blowing up.
Well, here's the thing. When I put it up, I thought it's obviously a comedy podcast, and I thought it was funny that Nick... His response was, he goes, "You mean to tell me when the worlds went to war, America's response was the Wizard of Oz?" Like, that's a funny joke. So we put it up. I thought it was
stand
funny.
by that.
And I knew something was wrong because when I posted it, all the comments started being like, "This disgusts me. This saddens me." And I was like, "Oh.
You should be embarrassed.
You
You
should-
Holocaust denier.
You should be embarrassed, Nick." And then I woke up and it had like a lot of views. And I was like, And here's the thing with me is like, I just want to make people laugh. So I'm like, I don't have enough.
Well, you're not very good at it.
And I know I'm not very good at it.
You're failing.
I am. Evidently. With this podcast. So now I was like, I'm just getting it off. Like they can go watch the whole, because on the YouTube, the comments were a lot nicer because they saw the whole episode.
Right.
So for me, I was
Thank you, YouTube.
I'm like, I'm just gonna not like, I'm just taking it down because I don't want to wake up to my phone every day and see that like we're idiots and this and that. There's just too much negative energy. Which
But as
my
we've
feelings.
learned, and what people always jokingly say, but we truly learned it. Anything you put on the internet lives forever.
Well, I'm fine with it living forever. Also, I'm not the one who really came off like an
But
idiot.
you
know?
deleted it, and people still found it and used it. And
That's true.
And those people, Lizzo. So our friend Jacob, friend of the pod,
Jacob Ritz called me and he was like, Matteo, have you seen what Lizzo said about Nick? I go,
and Matteo and I don't ever go on TikTok. We post on TikTok and then we get off it.
Yeah,
we're
I don't
not
know
like
what the comment
scrolling. Like
section
we're never on there. So I would never have seen it. Matteo would never have seen it. So Jacob sent it to us, and it's a clip of our podcast.
Play it. So, and Chris, can you like interpose? Okay.
So it's a clip of our podcast, and it's just the section that says, oh, hold on.
When do you think World War II was? Do you think
In the 1800s? That's not.
I genuinely hope and pray that homeboy was doing that as a bit for laughs because...
Yes, it's a comedy podcast.
What the fuck? Honestly,
okay, no, keep playing the whole thing.
Oh, I deleted the rest.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So anyways, after that, so yes, that was Lizzo. It all of a sudden cuts to Lizzo doing a skincare routine and goes, I hope homeboy was doing that for laughs because what the fuck? And then goes on a 3-minute diatribe about how the American education system is failing us. It's fucked up, which she's not wrong. It is not a great education system. It
evidently failed you. She's not wrong, but I just
not wrong.
Here's the thing.
She used me as the example. So I'm the face of uneducation in this country.
Can you imagine? I want your poster on like billboards around just Nick Smith smiling in a blouse being like, does your kid know nothing about
Well, if our fans had it their way, I would be on posters for autism, apparently.
You've got a lot
Not that there's anything wrong with autism, but I just don't have it. I can't represent them. I'm sorry. At least I don't think.
I just think it's funny that Nick's like, we should do a podcast, a short 15-minute podcast where we just chat about topics. We really just want to, because we do this all the time on the phone. So we're like, we should just do that. We should just record. It'll be really fun. And in less than 2 months, Lizzo has come after you.
So after she came after me, I called Bob. And he was like, well, you have to film a response. You have to film a response.
That's very Bob the drag queen,
very Bob.
By the way.
He's always on the defense.
Because he's had a fight with
everyone. And he's always on the defense. That's our sister podcast, Sibling Rivalry. They're always on the defense.
That's right.
And my boyfriend was also like, you have to. Now's the moment. Now's the moment. So then they talked me through and I filmed a response where I screenshot the Wikipedia page for World War II. And I said...
That's all your research was just the first page of Wikipedia.
100%. And I said, I agree with Lizzo that knowledge is power. And I stated facts about World War II. And then I also called her out and said she cut out the important part of the video, which was the joke of me saying, I can't believe The Wizard of Oz was released the same year World War II started. And it got a decent response. I doubt Lizzo saw it.
No.
Although Bob did tag me in her comment section and she commented back to him. So she definitely clicked on my profile. I didn't get a follow.
Yeah, she's disgusted by you. By the way, I said that when do you think film started? Evidently it started in 1895, but I meant like MGM Studios. I meant like the whole like actual movie magic making.
But the fact of the matter is you can say anything and someone will find an issue with it regardless.
Try and say the most benign statement you can and we'll see if anyone has a problem with it.
Stoplights are red.
How dare you? Who the fuck do you think
and my colorblind brother is going to be like, not to me.
Is your brother colorblind?
He is. I think he lies, but apparently he is.
Nick, that's the offensive part, you fucking piece of shit.
So I'm beefing with Andrea Bocelli.
Did you?
My next celebrity feud. So now we're trying to figure out who my next celebrity feud can be with or who it will be with.
But you have to, it was so, I can't believe you not knowing when World War II was got to Lizzo. So it's like.
And that's who decided to, I never would have guessed
she have
Lizzo.
Other things to worry about?
You would think. And again, she's not wrong.
No, she was right.
I came from a town of 700. The education wasn't great, although in their defense, I'm sure they did talk about World War II.
Yes, Nick, they have to.
And
you have to teach World War II.
I acknowledge. I'm not good with time and remembering dates and stuff like that.
There is a YouTube, if you want to look, there's a YouTube channel called Oversimplified, and they go over all the histories of war in America and like Napoleon and all the ancient history. But they do it in cartoons, and they're 15 minutes each. It's a la this podcast, and you can learn quickly about the sort of cliff notes of what happened in war and what started it and who was involved and how it ended.
I'll take a gander.
Did you learn anything else about World War II?
There were 70 to 85 million deaths.
Yes.
Most came from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Started in 39, ended in 45.
Mm-hmm.
But the U.S. didn't really enter until they were attacked in Pearl Harbor.
That's right.
Which happened a few years later.
After they were busy making The Wizard of Oz to try and prevent the war.
Right.
Which came out 5 days before the World Series.
Yeah.
Not soon enough.
So if it was 5 days
work.
after, that could have been the response of America.
And I learned Gone with the Wind was also released at the same time. Also didn't work. So we need to work on different tactics.
You think we need to work on like relations with other countries via
something else?
via
Movies
something
wasn't
else.
working. That's, I think, when the Secretary of Defense must have been created, because they said movies isn't working. We got to get someone else. And I think that was Kay Thompson.
Oh shit.
Red buttons.
Well, I was there. I remember. And I was in the Situation Room.
She was on the front lines.
It was wonderful. It was so fun. It was me and Kay Thompson, Red Buttons, and Sammy Davis Jr.
They were all around the table, making the tough decisions, really.
Well, I feel
Who do you want our next celebrity feud to be with?
it should be someone that's really fun, like someone who will like
Who's,
we
like,
can
in
actually
on
have
the
like a
joke.
back and forth with.
Sure.
But
And what
also
do you
someone that
think?
we can possibly meet. So
Okay. I'm pretty well known now. So
I would like to
think
meet one of the. I would like to meet Nick Jonas. I think he's gorgeous.
of the Jonas Brothers. That's who you choose.
Yeah,
Okay.
Joe has a nice butt, but Nick has the nicest butt.
I could get on with Nick Jonas because
So
we
what do we
share a
say?
name.
Okay, what can we say about Nick
Jonas.
Jonas to get him upset?
He has diabetes, and my doctor said that I'm on pace to be pre-diabetic. And I come from a family of diabetics, so that could be our in. I don't think he'd be mad about that, but that. Can you pass diabetes on to your children? Like if my dad has it.
The diabetes runs in the family. I mean, diabetes.
My
runs,
dad has it,
Yeah,
so I could get it from him.
I think my Mexican side of the family has diabetes because like my grandpa.
Yeah, but they had
it.
strong hairlines, and you didn't get that from
I
them.
did not get the strong. Well, now I have it, but I did not get the strong. I'm currently spraying on. My hair hasn't grown in yet. It grows in April, so I'm currently spraying on my hairline.
We can tell.
It does. I feel a little bit like Ginger Minge when she like black hair sprays her hairline every morning. I'm like ready for the day. Nick Jonas. So you think Nick is lying about being diabetic?
No. I never said that.
Is that
He
what you're
absolutely
implying?
is diabetic.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
Nick,
Is actually offensive.
Nick, we are trying to start a feud.
We should start a feud with Tyra Banks. She'd be fun.
I've met Tyra. She was
That's
great.
our in.
She was truly so great.
I heard Tyra has rabies. That is for people who are chronically online
If
and
you
watch
know
the
the
show.
Tyra Banks rabies story, then you
can be friends with us.
You can be friends with us. If you think
no better TV
because
has
her
ever
acting
happened.
was so good, I actually couldn't tell if she did or did not have rabies. Remember the girl in the audience who was like,
when she barked at her.
Tyra. All right, well, we have a minute and 49 seconds left.
Oh my God, that went fast.
Did we learn anything? You learned about
Celebrities
World War II.
hate me.
I think that you should look up Oversimplified.
Our fans hate me.
I'm going to have Chris DiStefano, who's a great comic. He knows everything about history. He's going to come in and sit with us on an episode and teach you history.
He can be our other feud.
No, Chris is too nice. I really like Nick Jonas. I think he's a good singer and he's hot.
Okay, so then why would we want to fight with him?
Because I want to meet him.
Well, there's got to be someone else then we can fight. We can meet Nick Jonas and fight with someone else.
J-Lo?
Too easy. Everyone fights with
She
her.
also seems nice. I mean, she just seems like a nice person.
Her husband loves Duncan, and so do I. So
He's
I can't
from
fault her.
Boston.
Right, so I can't fault her for that. I don't know. If any celebrity is watching...
why don't you leave in the comments who Nick and I should start a celebrity feud with? Like, who's the easiest person that we could start a celebrity
But if
feud
any
with?
celebrity is watching, just start a feud. We're game. Call me uneducated.
Demi Lovato.
But I love Demi.
And she's easy. She got mad at a
What's your
sugar-free
favorite
yogurt shop.
dish? A mug?
She said that? She got mad at a sugar-free yogurt shop and blasted them on Instagram and said that she can't stand with the diet culture. And then everyone with diabetes messaged her and said, Demi, people who are diabetic can only have sugar-free yogurt.
You know who else is sugar-free?
Her apology was terrible.
You know who else is sugar-free? Nick Jonas.
No, he's so hot. If he walked in the room, I would be like starstruck. I would cry.
He'd be starstruck seeing me.
He'd be upset. Lizzo, we expect to hear from you soon.
Oh, it's
You have to do the closing.
Yeah, I got it. I always. Thank you for watching and listening to another episode of our podcast. Please leave a review. It really helps. And please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Until next time.